quick minute and just say thanks to Dave, because if it wasn't for this meeting, I don't know if my business, well, I know my business would have took off, but it took out a lot faster because of what was here in the room. Because whether you guys know it or not, there's a lot of money in this room. And the one thing with money that I've learned is no one tells you how much they got. And you really, that's just the secret taboo. But believe it or not, there's a lot of money in this room here today. And it may be looking for you because, people have money problems no matter, who you are. Some people have the problem of not enough money. And then a lot of individuals, and you don't know who they are, have a problem of too much money. You're like, how is that a problem? Well, money flows, cash flow. And if rich people's money is not moving, it's losing money. And sometimes, rich people, their job is to make sure their money's in motion. Okay? So when Dave says absolutely true, is you don't have to have a lot of money. If you don't have money, you have other skills that you've got to develop and hone in. And one of those first skills is a tenacity to maybe find a deal. Know how to find a deal. Know what a deal looks like. Because just by be able to control property, find a deal, is invaluable because there's someone that wants to buy it. I mean, that's really what wholesaling is. And that is where I started. I started off as a wholesaler because I had no money and no credit. So that was my only choice. I was willing to, but I was a hustler. And so I hustled my way. I found deals any which way I could, locked them up in contract. And at first I found a guy that was willing to fund the deals, and then I was doing it so well that his brother came into town, and we stopped that. So I didn't, that was like, oh gosh, what do I do now? So I had to come meet.
Where did you meet that guy?
I met this guy on some internet site. But I finally came into this meeting, which is where I'm going to, is it's funny because, you ever read The Secret? And I'm going to my presentation in a minute, but I want to talk about this because The Secret, when you really truly believe and you sell out on something and you absolutely commit to it, because that's what I did in real estate. I left my job as a financial advisor because it sucked. The market tanked and I was knocking doors. And in Arizona, that's not fun in a suit and tie. Plus my neck's too big, I don't look good in a tie, right? But I went to my wife and I told her absolutely, without a doubt, I'm quitting my job, I'm going to do real estate. And I meant it. I mean, I took, when you make a commitment deep down, it's a gut-wrenching commitment, there's no turning back, and you better not fail. It might cost you your marriage. That's the kind of commitment I made. And so was that motivating? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Right? Because I love my wife. I love my family. But I committed. So lost my wholesaling guy that was doing 50-50 deals, and so, I had to go find a way to make some income. But I kind of built up a little bit of track record. I knew how to lock up properties. I came to this event, loaded for bears, what I wouldn't say. I had all my deals ready for me. And what's funny is I truly believed I would find what I needed that night. And sure enough, just happened to say, is anybody new want to introduce themselves? And I got up, stood up in the back of the room, and I just said, my name's Corey Peterson, and I wholesale deals in Queen Creek, Arizona, and my deals are fat. Come see me after the meeting. So 2 gentlemen approached me at the end of the meeting. Probably one of them is very wealthy here in Arizona. He does all the gun shows that you see here in the East Coast. And his partner, and they said, we are interested in Queen Creek. So I took them to Queen Creek the very next day and showed them 6 properties, and they bought all 6. And I made $4,000 a deal. Good? Right?
Good day.
That's how you started, man. That's how I started my business. And I did not stop. I kept on finding ways to get deals, right? Then I learned a secret. OPM. Right?
Yep.
Other people's money. You hear about it, but how do you get it, right? So that's what I want to teach you. So I was going to give you a real quick go in my presentation. All right, so there you've been warned. All right, so I started in 2005, but I really didn't start in 2005. I started my business in 2005, Kahuna Investments. I read Robert Kiyosaki in 2004. He said, go do real estate. I believe him. At that moment, I knew real estate was what I wanted to do. Because I wanted the 2 things that most people didn't have. I wanted time and money, right? We all want more time so we can, spend money. And the only thing that I found that made sense that I saw successful people doing it is their own businesses or they owned real estate. And a lot of times they're